Greetings, fellow alumni. We are here at Rose Alumni House, and we are excited to be shooting Season 2 of Yale Afternoons with Alison, a series where we bring university leaders to Rose Alumni House to talk about their priorities and alumni engagement. Today I'm sitting down with Barbara Rockenbach, the Stephen F. Gates Class of '68 University Librarian. Barbara Rockenbach, University Librarian, welcome to Rose Alumni House.
Thank you.
We are very excited to have you here.
I'm thrilled to be here.
Talk a little bit more about your role and alumni engagement. But first, we hear your afternoon drink of choice is coffee with milk.
It is indeed.
So cheers to that.
Thank
Enjoy.
you. Very good. Thank you.
And take-home cup for you.
Love that.
Gift from the
Yale
YAA.
Afternoons with Alison. I love that.
So we're going to talk about what brought you to Yale. Let's start there. You've kind of been back and forth, if I remember correctly.
Indeed. So this is my third tour of duty here at Yale.
Okay.
I first came in 1998
All right.
as a Crest Fellow in Art Librarianship. It was a 6-month fellowship that I decided 2 months in that I had to stay here. I absolutely fell in love with Yale. And so it turned into a permanent job for 5 years.
Wow.
Went to New York for a bit. Came back to work in the Bass Library in 2007 after it was renovated, and then came back in 2020 when I was recruited to be University Librarian.
I love that.
So I can't stay away.
Okay. So talk a little bit about the role of University Librarian. It's pretty massive.
It's a big job. That's a big job.
Let's put that in some layman's terms here.
Absolutely. So Yale has 14 libraries, and 12 of them report into this position.
Okay.
The Yale Center for British Art and the Law Library are separate administratively, but 12 libraries, so all the libraries you know, Sterling Bass, Beinecke, Medical Library, Arts Library, Mark's Social Science Library, and Science Library. I'm sure I've missed some, apologies. So it's a big role, lots of libraries, 575 staff. So one of the biggest units at Yale.
Okay, that's amazing. That's a huge scope. What do you love the most about it?
The people.
Okay.
The reason I've come back to this role, to New Haven, to Yale, is extraordinary people.
Yep.
And it is the students, the staff, the alumni, the faculty, just working with people that are smart and motivated. I love it.
Well, we're going to get into a little bit more here on your role. Let's talk about your top 3 priorities. And if you've got 2 or 4, go with it.
Okay. So we sort of have a evergreen priorities. So 3 priorities that are always with us, and that is simply building and preserving collections and buildings. It is supporting students and faculty and researchers, and then finally innovating. And so for, say, the coming couple of years, we're going to be looking at preserving some of our really important architecture. So the Sterling Memorial Library turns 100 centennial in 2031. And so we're working on a project we call Sterling 2031, which has allowed us to think not only about the architecture, but also what is librarianship and what is support for research in the 21st century.
Okay,
so that's been an incredible project to work on. We are thinking a lot about science support right now, as you can imagine. The university is focused on that, and we want to ensure that our science faculty and students are getting the support they need. So it's kind of easy to think about the library as a lab for the humanities.
Yeah.
But recently, someone in the sciences, a faculty member here, said, I haven't been in the library in 10 years, but I use it every day. That's the power of our digital resources, right?
Yeah.
All of the electronic journals and data sets and things that we can provide to our students and our faculty in their offices, in their dorms. That's the library as well.
That's amazing. It's a unique dichotomy as you talk about preserving buildings.
Exactly.
But so much of your work is not happening in the
Exactly.
building, so.
It's 1 foot in the digital and 1 foot in the physical, and trying to balance that.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So how can alumni assist you with these priorities?
So the best thing alumni can do for the library is to tell our story and to tell the current story. So we've already talked a bit about this. It's easy to think of the library as a warehouse of books. And I think what's amazing about our libraries is you can go and you could be class of 1960, and it's going to look pretty much like it did when you were here.
Yeah.
We recently renovated the L&B room.
Yep.
Should look just like it did in 1931. But we need our alumni to tell our story about the new kinds of things we're innovating in. So we're doing a lot with AI. As the university is looking at ways to support our researchers, we are investing in the ethical and responsible uses of AI and the way that that can really support our researchers. So we need our alumni to tell all the good memories they have of studying in the stacks and going to the Beinecke, but also the library is going where the research is going.
And if they want to continue telling that story, where can they continue to get that information to stay up to date about the library?
Great question. So we've got a ton online. Our website has news, events. I like to tell our alumni, we're your library for life.
Yeah.
We have multiple databases that you have access to. So it's things like JSTOR and other databases that they can have access to. They are absolutely welcome to use our collections in person. We actually have ways to mail materials to our alumni.
Oh, wow. Okay.
During the pandemic, we started a mail service.
Amazing.
And so we are actually sending mail to our faculty, books when they need them, and then they send them back, which is also a delight. So yeah, with lots of different ways to get in touch with the library online, and through, we have newsletters, lots of things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really, really helpful. So can you highlight an alum who has done some exceptional work on behalf of the library?
Absolutely. We have so many, but I'm going to start with Nancy Better.
Okay.
Nancy Better is the chair of our University Library Council.
Yes.
She is an incredible supporter of the library, primarily because she understands the scholarly and symbolic importance of the library.
Yes.
But also gets that we're doing things in computation, in data, and in all the new areas. Our University Library Council, they're amazing.
Yep.
But I think an often overlooked group of alumni are all the folks who went to Yale and work in the library.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have got lots of people who were students here and in Yale College or in the graduate or professional schools, and they are now working in the library. One in particular, Barry McMurtry, can be found at the circulation desk in Sterling. If he's not also over at Maury's, where he was a whiff and poof and an SOB.
Oh,
and so he still supports those folks as well, but is also really our first point of contact in the library.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Barry, and thank you, Nancy. Nancy is primo Yale volunteer. We're so grateful for her service.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. Well, we're going to have a little fun now and go into the questions that we ask all our guests here at Yale Afternoons with Alison. And favorite spot on campus?
It is the corner of York and Chapel.
Okay.
And the reason is, I said I started my library career in the art library. I feel like it is the nexus of the architectural universe. You've got the Paul Rudolph building, which is unbelievable, and then the two Louis Kahn museums. You've got the Yale Center for British Art, newly renovated, absolutely gorgeous.
Amazing.
Yale Art Gallery, and when I first arrived here as a student of art and architecture, being able to go to that building and walk out to that corner was just phenomenal.
I love that corner too because YAA our staff is divided into two buildings, one at 1201 Chapel and one at 232 York. Okay. So we're kind of grounded on that corner also.
Well, then clearly the nexus of alumni support as well.
The nexus of a lot of things are happening at Chapel and York. Do you have a favorite Yale memory?
I do. The first night I was in New Haven, I was interviewing for the fellowship that I first came to Yale with, and I was having dinner in Atticus. So I'd had my interview day, and it was hard. It was the first time I put on a suit, and I, really professional, and I was having dinner, relaxing in Atticus, and on the wall I saw a flyer for a talk with Robert Frank. Robert Frank is a famous American photographer, and he was giving a talk that night in the Yale Center for British Art.
Oh, wow.
In the building that I was in.
Yep.
And so I went, and I thought, I have got to come here.
Yeah.
This place is transformative. The kinds of people who speak here, the kind of opportunity I would have intellectually. Yep. And so luckily I got that fellowship, and then I've been able to keep coming back. And that feeling of having transformative intellectual experiences, I still have.
I agree. Sometimes when walking around campus and you just see names of people who are speaking on campus on flyers, that seemed like a random piece of paper, but it's like just the names, if you put them all together, it's just absolutely astounding.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we are actually trying in the YAA to figure out, you talked about bringing the libraries out to alumni and people kind of in a non-physical space. One of the things that I'm really thinking about is how do we bring the campus out to our alums? And so some of it is what we're doing here, but also how do we bring residential college teas, or how do we make the campus more accessible to our alums? So I think, you've got some best practices there that we may have to
Absolutely.
think about and talk about more in the future.
It's so important. When the pandemic happened, we said people can't come to us, so we've got to bring the library to them. And we did that in all kinds of ways.
And we're so lucky because we have our alums out in the world doing this amazing connecting work in their communities. I want to provide the campus out to them and the things that, their memories, like how do we keep that connected?
So here's an idea, just because I've been thinking about this. We've got a lot of objects here, obviously, in the library that have significant meaning. So I'm thinking during the last reunion, we had the class of 1960 into the music library, and we brought out their class books. We brought out items from their years in the college. And we can make copies of that. We can bring those on the road. I'm thinking like an archives road show for alumni.
Very cool.
Anyway, something to explore.
Yeah, we'll go there. Let's think about it. All right, controversial question. Best New Haven pizza.
Okay, so I may give you a different sort of answer because I love this pizza for two reasons. One, it's great pizza, but also it's a community connector. Okay. I love the Big Green Truck. Big Green Truck, great pizza, but where do we see it? We see it at schools. We see it on cross campus when we do the Wyndham Campbell Prize. We see it on the green for community events. And as a pizza that is good but also unites Yale and New Haven, it's a pretty good one.
Look at you, Barbara Rockenbach, bringing out the big guns with that answer. I like it. All right, last question for you. What's one item you always have on your desk? So I have a bowl on my desk that is full of candy. And it tries to make me a little more approachable, right? Come see the scary University Librarian. And there's candy, but the best part about it is that candy is provided by Sam Chauncey. Really?
So many of our alumni will know Sam Chauncey, Secretary to Kingman Brewster.
Yes.
A huge supporter of the library. I should say another alum who has been incredibly supportive of our university archives, the history of Yale, of the library. And he came in once to meet with me and was not entirely pleased with the quality of candy we had on offer.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So now periodically he drops off bags of candy, and we'll know Sam has been there because there'll just be a little Walgreens bag outside of the University Librarian store. Sam has visited with candy.
I love this. Sam's got his little touch points on so many parts of the university. We're lucky to have him, but that's a great way of just alumni making their touch point on campus. And how can we continue to find other ways to make that happen?
Well, but I also, this isn't on my desk, but it's in my office, and I thought I would like to share it.
Yeah.
On the shelf in the University Librarian's office are a number of sherry glasses.
Okay.
Happen to have them here.
Yes, I see this.
So these glasses have been in the University Librarian's office for years because there was a tradition, if you visited the University Librarian, to be served sherry.
Okay.
And so someone like Andrew Keogh, who was a University Librarian when Sterling was built in 1931, might have served you sherry.
Wow.
Or Jim Babb, University Librarian, when the Beinecke was built in 1963.
Okay.
So cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
And come see me. I can't promise everyone sherry, but I'm happy to
sherry
give you a
from the University Librarian.
Not bad.
All right. Pretty good.
All right.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Well, thank you for being here. This has been a pleasure. We know that lifelong learning is so important to our alums, and here's a great way to connect with the university and meet that goal and to work with the YA staff on how to do that as well.